Are we ready to get started?
Ready when you are.
All right. Well, good morning. I'm Congresswoman Terry Sewell, and I proudly represent Alabama's 7th Congressional District, which of course includes the historic cities of Birmingham and Montgomery, and definitely my hometown of Selma, Alabama. I am so pleased today to be in my hometown as I make my way around my district to highlight the more than $8 million that we were able to secure in the FY 2020 government funding budget. This is for community projects all throughout Alabama's 7th Congressional District. As we all know, the COVID-19 pandemic laid bare the legacy of systemic disinvestments that have really prevented many American families from reaching their full potentials. Issues such as lack of affordable and quality housing, poor infrastructure, and the lack of access to critical health care have continuously plagued our district. However, as we recover from this pandemic, I believe that President Biden and his administration will combat these historic inequities to ensure that we build back better, stronger, and more equitably than before. This funding that I've included in the government funding package for FY 2022 responds directly to the most pressing needs in Alabama's communities by helping the middle-class families with cost of living, creating American jobs, supporting the vulnerable, and working to help small businesses and restaurants that are key to our economic future. By investing in our communities, this funding will uplift underserved communities and foster economic development across our district. I know that it will make a real difference in the lives of so many. Specifically, today's funding is for the city of Selma, for the police department, to deal with the issues of crime. We know that safer communities is what all of us are aiming for, and this opportunity to give $550,000 for community-based service COPS grants will be a big help to the city of Selma in making sure that we have safer communities. As violence increases, we know that it is our duty as elected officials to respond directly to our constituents' needs. By ensuring that these grants have the proper federal support, I am proud through this partnership with the City of Selma's Police Department will aid their work in strengthening the relationship between law enforcement and our communities. Without further ado, I'd like to bring up the mayor of my hometown, the mayor of the City of Selma, Mayor Perkins.
Congresswoman, first off, thank you so very much for making it rain on Dallas County and Selma. You really have just done a phenomenal job. I was with her in Washington just a couple of weeks ago, and I can assure the citizens of this district that what she says is what she does. And so I just want to thank you so very much for the support you provide, both directly and indirectly. I don't think that the citizens of our community really know the kind of respect you have earned in Washington. I saw it firsthand, and I can assure you that the people in Washington, her colleagues, they respect her, and that they really are supportive of this district. And so I say thank you again, and I say for all of the success and all of the challenges we experience as we move through public service, to God be the glory.
Thank you so much, Mayor. I'd love to hear from Captain Fulton, if you would give a few words about what this money will go towards.
I want to express my sincere gratitude for Congresswoman Sewell for this donation to the Selma Police Department and the City of Selma, because this is one of the things that I talked about when I was interviewing to be the Chief of Police, how important it is for me to have a community-oriented police department. So what this would do would put the bike patrol back on the streets of Selma, so the citizens of Selma and the officers can talk with one another and become more personal with one another. Because I am all for community policing, and I am looking forward to seeing the bikes on the streets of Selma and communicating with our citizens.
I don't know if you have any questions, but I just want to say, you know, one of the great things about the FY 2020 budget, President Biden worked really hard to put back in the budget opportunities for members of Congress to direct funds directly to community projects in their districts. And so we have spread the love throughout our district, and of course wanted to bring the love right here to my hometown of Selma, Alabama. When we talk to the constituents across this district, they're concerned about crime. And so helping the police department right here in the city of Selma with community-oriented policing having bicycle patrolmen on the bicycles throughout our community. Creating safer communities is what it's all about, and I'm just thrilled that the City of Selma and the Police Department will be utilizing these funds to really help the citizens of Selma. Any questions? No questions.
How long before you get the bikes?
Well, what we have done, I have spoken with several vendors, so we will have to put our order in and we'll just fall in line with everyone else. So we don't have a time frame right now.
Still gonna get the same ones?
Yes, sir.
Oh, cool.
You know, we're excited about the opportunity. You know, we have some goodies coming from Selma as well for the FY23 budget. That hasn't passed Congress yet. We have an election coming up in November, but I look forward to continuing to utilize the directed spending that members of Congress can do to help community projects all throughout my district. Great, let's give a check. Let's take the check.
Yeah.